and welcome back to the Jobbing Out podcast. I'm your host, Delaney, and our other guest host, Alejandro. Nelson is not here currently because he was unable to watch SmackDown tonight. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So tonight the opener was LA Knight versus AJ Styles for who challenges Cody at Backlash for his Universal Championship. AJ won. There's nothing too notable about this match, just because it was kind of just rolling back their WrestleMania match. I mean, it's a good match. Any match with AJ Styles and LA Knight's a good one. After that, there was a Bloodline segment. Solo comes out of a black SUV in a blazer this time, instead of his regular, shorts and tank top. Then he officially welcomes Tama Tonga into the Bloodline, and Tonga death stares Paul for about a minute and a half.
Yeah.
And then Solo starts asking where Kevin Owens is, and Paul Heyman says he doesn't know where he is. And so they start, tearing through the back of the locker room looking for Kevin Owens. I think Solo talked more in this segment than he has in his entire career in the WWE.
Yeah, and still he didn't get to talk very much with how much booing he was getting.
Yeah, he's alright at promoing. I think he just needs more practice.
Definitely needs more practice. I mean, with Paul being, Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
It's hard to speak for the Bloodline, I should say.
Yeah. Then it cuts to a segment of, I think Kayla Braxton was interviewing Naomi about the title match against Bayley tonight, and Naomi was just basically saying that her friendship with Bayley won't get in the way of her trying her best to win the title, and she's not going to hold anything back when trying to win that. Then after that, Nick Aldis is standing in the ring with a pedestal with something under a cloth. He welcomes Triple H into the ring, and also welcomes A-Town Down Under. And they now receive their new WWE Tag Team Championships, which, honestly, I think they look really cool.
I really like them. I like the more blocky style compared to most belts.
Yeah, it feels reminiscent of, the old Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Also, while Triple H was walking down to the ring, we did get another QR code on the screen, which I will talk about later, because there's a lot to talk about there.
Oh, yeah.
After that, we have a tag fatal four-way, Street Profits versus New Catch Republic versus Legado del Fantasma versus the Authors of Pain. A-Town Down Under was on commentary, but to be perfectly honest, I wasn't paying attention very much to the commentary. I was watching the match. The Street Profits won, and also during the match, people in the crowd started putting up fireflies for some reason. People were putting up their phone flashlights. I don't know what happened there.
I didn't see anything on the Titantron, but most likely some people are going to release footage about what happened on it.
Yeah.
But it was really kind of spur of the moment. There wasn't any, music or anything like that. No glitches. People just started throwing up fireflies. So.
I can only assume they did something in the stadium to make people start doing that, unless they just started doing that. They do that sometimes. After the Street Profits won to challenge A-Town Down Under, then Solo Sikoa promos with Paul Heyman in the ring. The Tama Tonga is nowhere to be found, and he does not join them. Paul is beginning to look increasingly more uncomfortable every time he is within proximity of Solo Sikoa. The crowd started chanting, "We want Roman," as Paul was talking, and eventually Solo snatches the mic. The crowd does not let him speak. Dominic Mysterio levels of boo that this man is getting. It's quite impressive. I'm enjoying it a lot. Then, after Solo talks for a little while, then we see KO come flying out of the back, followed by Tama Tonga. Kevin is bleeding heavily from his head, even more than Cody was in that segment with The Rock when he was beating up in the parking lot.
This was I fear for Kevin.
It's definitely going to be an interesting little feud here. I even wrote down here in the notes, that's a lot of blood.
That's a lot of blood.
And then Kevin and Tama Tonga end up getting separated by the officials and WWE security. Then Kevin comes running back to go beat up Tonga and Sikoa, and they kind of go at it for 3 minutes. Then eventually Kevin kind of like passes out, and they start walking into the back room. As they were putting up the little We the Ones fingers, Paul's hand was shaking a lot.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for him.
There was a close-up of Paul's face, and he was shaking a lot.
Looked like he was going to start crying, honestly. Then Paul is brought out to the parking lot by Nick Aldis, and it is revealed that Tama Tonga ran his car into Kevin Owens' car. So, wrong person. And, yeah, I guess that's where the blood came from.
Either that, or he just continuously beat him into the building.
Yeah, I feel bad for the rental car company having to deal with that. After that is all said and done, then it starts a Carlito versus Santos Escobar match, where they're accompanied by Zelina Vega and Elektra, respectively. Santos wins by doing a low blow to Carlito, and then it's kind of the match ends. Again, nothing too notable about that match either. It was just running back the feud between them. And we still don't know who hit Dragon Lee before WrestleMania. There's a lot of rumors on the internet that it was Carlito, and I am inclined to agree with them. Afterwards, it is revealed that Damage Control is sitting in a skybox in the arena, going to watch Bayley and Naomi's match. And then Jade Cargill's music hits, and then you see Jade and Bianca enter the skybox next to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of start yelling at each other for a bit, and then it cuts to Naomi's entrance to the match. Naomi and Bayley have a pretty good match. As always, Naomi and Bayley are very good performers. It was a pretty decent match. I liked it a lot. And then, as the match started coming to an end, it seemed like Naomi was kind of getting the upper hand, and it could have gone either way, but then Tiffany comes out and hits Bayley, and the match gets thrown out.
Yeah.
Then
I love Tiffany Stratton. I love how hateable she is as a heel. But I stop just DQing matches, please.
Yeah. And then Tiffany kind of beats up the two of them a little bit. She throws both of them into the ring, lines up, and does a double prettiest moonsault, and kind of like flaunts around the ring a little bit.
Yeah. And
that's pretty much what SmackDown was tonight. Now, on to Uncle Howdy. On to the QR code. So it started with, and I'm sure in post-production Nelson will put in a picture of the picture that came from the QR code. It was like a hooded figure, kind of, in with the background being like a sunny, cloudy sky. If you zoom in on the hooded figure's head, there's text that says, "I'm nobody" on there. And if you click the text that says, "I'm nobody," you get taken to another video and another kind of image in a cave with the ravens and stuff. Thank you to Tumblr user Harvey's Haunted for this information that I found, by the way. The link to the video, in the URL it says Sol Rutilo, which in Latin means the sun is shining. And also the title for the image itself is Liberandum, which means to be delivered, referencing being freed and stuff like that. In the video, there is coordinates that pop up on the screen, and it appears to lead to a cave in... Where did I say it was? Slovenia, I think.
Yeah.
Called the Cross Cave, sometimes called Cross Cave with a K. So, Karrion Kross mention?
Possibly.
Maybe that'll be the first feud that Uncle Howdy gets into, or maybe he's going to be part of the Wyatt family. Also, it makes a reference to being brought from the Miri clay, that is a reference to a verse in the Bible's book of Psalms. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined to me, and heard my cry. He also brought me up from the horrible pit, out of the Miri clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my steps. So, again, more reference to being delivered from some kind of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very fun.
The ingenuity of these of the Wyatts is insane.
It's so much fun. I'm glad I'm getting to experience this because I didn't get to with the White Rabbit
Mm-hmm.
with Bray Wyatt last year. Or 2 years ago, whatever that was. Also, in the source code for the second site, it says, "Thank you, Artificial Ellis, the world needs to know," which apparently that is a reference to the first person on Reddit to post the QR code last week. The first one that we got.
Wow.
Which is very cool. Shout out, Artificial Ellis. You're really cool. Also, a lot of people are speculating that Alexa Bliss is going to come back to Monday Night Raw because it is in Columbus, Ohio, which is where she's from. And also, next week's Monday Night Raw is on the 5th anniversary of the first episode of the Firefly Funhouse. And also, in the video, it showed footage of, like, a baby in an ultrasound, and also just, like, pictures of a baby. Maybe that could mean something about Alexa Bliss, considering if she returns, she's coming back from maternity leave after she had her kid. So, we'll see where that goes. I'm excited.
I'm very excited for this. I'm happy that I'm at least going to experience something to do with the Wyatt family. Considering how much effort that, Bray had put into his character and the storyline that he had worked with, and including Bo Dallas, his brother, making, again, Uncle Howdy, and seeing, this story kind of unfold. I'm very excited to see how this turns out, including Alexa Bliss as well.
Yeah, and I just am a big fan of ARGs and stuff, and I love playing game theory with all the things they're putting out and the glitches and QR codes and stuff. I'm getting to figure out, like, the mythological references that are happening in the, like, with the, like, the symbol of Pluto and stuff like that, and it's just so cool. It's awesome. Is there anything else notable that happened?
I'm not too sure.
I don't think so. I think that was pretty much it.
I think that was pretty much it. Well, Nick Aldis did seem to get really mad at Grayson Waller and Austin Theory for laughing at Triple H. I'm still not sure what they were laughing about.
They were kind of like, Triple H went to go shake their hand after giving them the titles, and then they, like, faked him out and, like, shook each other's hands, and then they were kind of laughing at him for being stupid, I guess.
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah, and then Nick Aldis said that he would make them disappear forever if they pulled something like that again and disrespected Triple H like that.
I mean, fair enough.
I hope they don't break up. I think they're a really fun tag team, and they're just stupid together.
Well, whatever happens, happens. Maybe they do it again. Maybe, they get put up... They get sent to Pretty Deadly. You never know.
Maybe. I don't know. I think they should retain over the Street Profits. I think their tag team title reign should go on a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think they definitely have the makings to be a good tag team together. The Street Profits, I don't think they're gonna win the tag titles, but I think WWE is trying to pass the titles around a little bit more.
I hope so. Yeah, like, the Street Profits are definitely more of a veteran tag team than A-Town Down Under is.
Yeah.
So I could see them putting them over and losing to them to let them keep their tag titles, which I think would be really cool, because they seem to be able to have a strong heel run with those titles, and they're just insufferable in the best way possible about this.
Yep.
So, I think that's about it. Thanks for listening, and we will see you on Monday to catch you up on what happens on Raw. Bye!